back to Let's Talk. I'm Michelle and we are here with a new lesson this time. Do onions make you cry? Yes, they make me cry. It's time you make a decision about your career. Does your dad tell you that? He tells me also. Have you ever heard such statements? And do verbs like this and this confuse you? Yes, they are a bit confusing, but they are very easy to understand if you know the difference between these two. So in this lesson, we are going to discuss the difference between do and make. We are going to learn different places where we can use these verbs. Just to let you know, we cannot use these verbs interchangeably. Starting with do can be used when we are talking about work, jobs, or tasks. What's common between these three? Take a moment, guess. You must have guessed it by now. They are all actions. So we use do in actions. We also use make in actions, but different kind of actions. Let's start with this. Have you done your homework? What does this talk about? This talks about work. Have you done your work? And done is the past form for the verb do. The second one, I should start doing the housework now. Ladies there, maybe you're thinking that. Yes, you might want to. Doing. This is talking about a particular job that has been assigned to you or that you think that you should do. There also you can use do. And doing is the continuous form of the verb do. What do we mean by continuous? Continuous means an action that is going on. So if you're doing something, you're doing it over a period of time. The third one here, I wouldn't like to do that job. Do here talks about a task. Job here refers to a task. So for example, you've been assigned the task of recording a video and you don't want to do that. So how would you say it? You'd say, I wouldn't like to do that job. Moving on, we talk about activities in general. This is also another area where you can use do. You can use it with words like something, nothing, anything. What do these words tell you? They're not really telling you anything. They're talking about something in general. So the way here, we see it in this sentence, hurry up. I've got things to do. What things? I don't know. Maybe you want to clean the house. Maybe you want to go shopping. We don't know. So it's something in general. It could be anything. The same way, don't just sit there. Do something. That's not for you. Don't worry. You can watch there. You can sit there and watch the video. It's perfectly fine. But you can say that to somebody else, right? You cannot say, don't just sit there and make something, because that entirely changes the meaning. Then you're asking them to produce something. We'll come to that later in the video. The third one here, is there anything I can do to help you? What can you do to help me? Maybe, you can come along with me, we can go somewhere. It could be anything. It does not talk about anything particular, but something general. The last area where we can use do is, it does a really good task in English. Do does a very good task in English that it replaces a verb. Now, how does it do that? It's so confusing. Have you done the dishes yet? What do we mean by done here? What will you do with the dishes? You will, of course, wash the dishes, right? Or if somebody says, I'll do the kitchen, what does it mean? I'll clean the kitchen. So here, the verb wash is being replaced by the very nice verb do, because it does such a kind work of helping other verbs and reducing their work. Have you done the dishes means have you washed the dishes yet? Or have you done the kitchen means have you cleaned the kitchen yet? Right. I hope that really helped you to understand the uses of do. Now we'll move on to where we can use make. We can use make to when we are talking about producing a physical object. Like the example says here, my dad likes to make paintings. What do we mean by make painting here? It means that my dad likes to paint. He likes to draw paintings, or he likes to paint. The second one, origin of a product. So this watch of mine is made in Switzerland, and your phone maybe is made in China, or maybe it's made in US. So what are we talking about? The country where this object was prepared or made. Made. Why do we say made and not make? Because it's not made in the present, it was made in the past. So it's talking about an incident that happened in the past. So like done here is the past form for do. Made here is also the past form for make. The fourth one here, producing a reaction. What is that? I have a friend, John, who's like really funny and he cracks awesome jokes all the time. He really makes me happy. Why? Because he makes me laugh. So the action is that he cracks jokes, and the reaction is that I become happy. So when we talk about a reaction, we use make again. We can also say, do onions make you cry? So if you cut an onion, that's your action. And when you cry after cutting them, that's the reaction, right? The next one we have here is plans and arrangements. Who likes plans? I love to make plans, but they don't always are successful. So here, you need to make a career decision. Making a decision about your career means making arrangements about your career to become successful. You might want to study, you might want to go abroad and study different courses and become successful, or undergo some training. So there you're making certain arrangements to become successful. Like this here. The last one, my uttermost favorite, food. Have you ever heard anybody saying, make dinner for me tonight? What are they really saying? Dinner, how can you make dinner? What they really mean is, cook dinner tonight. So here, make is actually replacing another verb like cook, and it's saying, make dinner tonight. Just like do here. Have you done the dishes yet? It's replacing wash, and here it's make is replacing cook. Right, with this, I hope you've really understood the difference between do and make, and what are the areas where we can use both of them. I have something interesting for you, and those are idioms that you can use with the word do and with the word make. The first one is to make ends meet. This idiom means that you're trying to pay your utility bills and your other expenses with the very little money that you have. I'll write it for you here. The second idiom that we have is to do away with something. This idiom means to get rid of something. So where can we really use this idiom? The chemical will do away with the stain on your clothes. So the chemical will be used to get rid of the stain that you have on your clothes while eating that pizza. The last idiom that we have is to make do. This idiom is a combination of both the verbs that we have learned today, that is make and do. To make do means to struggle. It has a similar meaning to make ends meet, and it means that you struggle to you struggle for your living and for your daily expenses. Yay! We finally learned the difference and the usage of the two very interesting verbs, do and make, which were initially very confusing, but now very simple. And also we've learned 3 new idioms: to make ends meet, to do away with something, and to make do. I hope you use them and that this lesson was very productive for you, and that now you will not be too confused between the use of these two verbs. I'll come back again with a very interesting video and a more interesting topic probably. See you. Till then, you take care and miss me. Bye.